How's it going, guys? Hope you all are doing great. This is vlog coming to you live, and welcome back on this video. Now it is currently 3:30 a.m. in the morning. I am an early riser, and I'm sure that some of you, if not most of you, knows this about me. Now I just dropped off a client. Actually, I'm not sure exactly what I will name the title of this video. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it, but I'm sure by the time I'm done recording this video, I will have a couple of ideas what to call or the title of this video. Okay, so I just dropped off a client, and while I was taking this guy or this gentleman to his resting place, his house, we started talking. He told me that he's currently in school. He's 19 years old, and he's studying to be into forensics, into forensic field. And he told me that after he's done, he's going to further his education by pursuing his master's degree as well. That he doesn't want it to be narrow, that forensics is too narrow, that he wants to diversify his field in order to make it a little more to have more opportunities, right? To have better diversification on the areas he will want to work in, right? I said that's a good thing. That's very nice, especially, after his degree, he's going to go for his master's and all of that stuff. That is a very fantastic thing to do. And then I asked him, does he know how much he's going to be making when he's done? Does he know how much his career will pay him by the time he finishes? He told me that he doesn't know, that he's not really interested in knowing, just that he loves what he does. He enjoys doing what he does. I'm like, that's good, but it's also good to know how much you're going to make, because you don't want to finish and your career isn't paying you enough for you to cover yourself and at the same time pay your student loan. Because as soon as he told me he's not sure about how much he's going to make, my spidey sense, my senses start triggering, because, hey, I've been there, and most of you that are watching this video, if not some of you, or most of you that are watching this video has been there before. So you know where I'm gonna go next, don't you? I asked him, who is paying for this education of yours? Is it your parents, or are you paying out of your own pocket? He told me neither his parents or is he paying out of his own pocket, that the government, it's OSAP, government is the one paying for him. Of course, in the end, he's going to have to pay out of his own pocket in the end, of course. I know that. I'm like, okay. That for the fact that the government are the one paying for you, that is the more reason why you should find out, right, how much your career will pay you. Because you don't want to be in a situation which some of us, if not most of us, are going through. You end up being in a situation that your career is not enough, right, to cover your own personal expenses and to cover the expenses of your student loan, because those student loans, they never go away. It takes a long time for you to go away. It's like a strap on your neck that goes for like but for me personally, I'll be finishing mine either this year or early next year. So I'm very stoked about that. And I think not everyone can brag about that right now, because most of you, if not all of you, that got themselves tied up into this student loan situation are still paying for it. So mine will be done either this year or early next year. So I'm very happy about that. And I told the guy, he said, oh, wow, that's wonderful. You know what he told me next? He said that his sister, after studying, her job isn't paying her enough, and she is still paying student loan. And I told him, well, if that has happened to your sister, that should be the reason why you should tread carefully and know how much your career will pay you by the time you're done. Because if that happened to your sister, you should learn from your sister's situation so that you don't get into the same situation, you know? Because for us here, for some of us, if not most of us, that did the same thing, borrowed money from the government and we're paying every month and all of that stuff, that then lasts for a very, very long time. If you're into student loan situation, you will definitely understand where I'm coming from. So he asked me, so what am I doing? I told him, well, I'm doing a couple of things. I'm an Uber or Lyft driver. When I'm not doing that, I'm on YouTube, or when I'm not doing that, I'm a truck driver. And we talked and talked, and he asked me how I got into the truck driving situation, and I told him about it. And at the end of the conversation, at the end of our conversation, he told me that he himself enjoys driving. He likes driving, that when he's behind the wheel, it feels so good, that he has done DoorDash himself. That is actually something that he's looking forward in pursuing. I'm like, oh, really? He said, yes. I'm like, okay, if that is the situation, or if that is the case, then you have to really, although you're very young, right? It's good to get your education, but it's also good to get an education to something that you love, into something that you love doing. Okay? Into something. Sorry about that. I had a little interference there. So, into something that you love doing. Because you don't want to make a mistake and having to be in a career that you don't really enjoy doing, because this is something that you're going to do for the rest of your life. And if it is something that you're going to do for the rest of your life, you might as well do it in something that you enjoy doing. I told him that he's young, he's 19 years old, he still has a lot of years and time to make a decision on his career path. But I told him to be careful about that, because he doesn't want to wind up in a situation like we all are, getting a student loan, studying something, and he ends up that it's not enough to sustain us, to sustain our family, and also to sustain the student loan itself, because that thing doesn't go away. It lasts for a very, very, very long time, And he listened to my advice. Hopefully, he will choose a career path that makes sense and that will be worthwhile down the road. Because I've been in I've been in many discussions like this. I'm telling you, I have been in many discussions just like this one. I have picked up somebody that his family forced him to be a doctor. He spent years trying to be a doctor, and when he got there, he hated the field. You know what he wants to do, or what he was doing, or what he's doing by the time he met me? Trying to be a chef, right? He's studying, let me say he's studying, because he's doing co-op, right? He studies, is almost done. Now he's kind of, in on the field, practicing chef and all of that stuff, going to chef and putting his time and his energy doing it. So I would say that he's still studying, but not really. He wants to be a chef. And he loves being a chef. He loves cooking. He enjoys cooking. But this is someone who has a doctor's degree, or a doctor's, I don't know what you guys, because I know after you're done doctorate school, there's another school that you have to go. Or after you go to university and finish your education, there's another school you have to go to be a doctor. Just like when you want to be a policeman, after you're done your schooling, there's another school you have to go to in order to be a police officer. So yeah, I just want to share this with you guys, and feel free to let me know what y'all think about it. If you're very young, I want you to really, really, if you need time to think before you make this decision, take your time and find out what you really love doing and focus your energy on that. If you want to diversify it a little bit in order for you to have more room to make decisions or more room to do other stuff on your field and not just focus on one path, you can do that. Education is good. I wouldn't say do not get your education. Education is very, very important.
Pickup updated.
But at the same time, make sure that it is something that you love doing. Make sure that you're doing something that you enjoy doing, not something that somebody else is forcing over you. Because at the end of the day, you will be the one who will be in the career doing that. Okay? If you need to take your time, take your time. Because I know when you do something and you have your passion into it and you're passionate about it, you will be like none other. You know what I mean? On that note, stay safe. Keep on keeping on. Oh, I forgot to mention.
New message from Muhammad. I'm looking for you.
Okay, this is, I will be going to pick up someone in a moment. Now, for you new drivers, or if you want to, or for you old drivers that want to get back into Lyft or Uber, I have a link in the description of this video. Click it if you want to start driving for Uber or Lyft, or if you're an old driver and you want to get back into driving once again, click the link. That they are doing awesome promotions right now. If you get 100 trips, you make $1,500. That's a lot of money. All right, that's a lot of money. Click the link in the description. It will guide you on how to set yourself up. On that note, stay safe. Keep on keeping on.